I remember thinking, God, these guys, the KraneShares, they do China and they do things like carbon. Seems a bit weird. But they actually, as you mentioned there, it sounds like because of the way China's going and the sectors that are moving there, that's the reason why you've also picked the climate space, the sustainability space. I know our audience are probably some of them like that now, but we always take these challenges head on. But maybe could you explain what your thinking was that A, to go into this area, and B, whether you had any reservations given that this atmosphere in the investment world can be so, angry against that, while some people embrace it.
Yeah, of course. So thanks for bringing that up, Roger. So, KraneShares focuses a lot on China, obviously. We did get into about 4 years ago the carbon space, carbon credits. And we were the first to list a carbon credit ETF on the New York Stock Exchange, and that's KRBN. And it's a global carbon credit fund. And that allows investors to get exposure to the price of carbon. And I think, all the countries that participate in the Paris Agreement and that are, have large climate initiatives, they all agree that the price of carbon has to go up. You have to make it more expensive to pollute going forward to really solve the climate problem. So we launched this fund that allows investors to get exposure to what we believe will be a rising price of carbon. Okay, and it makes sense. And we believe carbon is just getting started, but will be in every portfolio, okay, going forward. Every portfolio should have exposure to carbon now going forward. It becomes an asset class. It's very important. So we also got into carbon. It's interesting you say that. China, with their, we follow the plans of China, sort of these 5-year plans and environment, okay, cleaning up the environment in China and creating healthy cities with all this urbanization and the technology that has to be developed and deployed to accomplish that. We saw that as like a long-term trend in China with a lot of Chinese money, government money supporting that, and a lot of local support for the development of that industry. We saw that as an important long-term opportunity, and carbon's a big part of that in China. China will become the largest carbon credit market in the world, okay? And they're developing that now, and it's growing quickly. So we saw that as a nice segue into carbon, because China will be the largest carbon market, and then we're doing global carbon, but we see that all coming together. So it's a good segue. But we do believe that climate investing is going to be very important going forward. In fact, I look at climate investing over the last 3 years as a lot of early adopters to it, institutions and family offices and individual investors putting money into climate investing because they thought they were a part of the portfolio should be helping the world. And it was almost a feeling of like, not like a donation, but sort of like, I just want to feel like I'm being impactful around my investing, okay? And not worried as much around the returns. We're about to shift. I think there'll be an inflection point in the next 12 months where global investors see that investing in climate, you can make a lot of money, okay? It's actually and help the world at the same time.